In this episode, we talked to Lenie and Ken about their long marriage and how they've built a successful relationship. And this really got me thinking about what traits they possess that help them achieve and maintain this level of success in their relationship. So, I want to talk today about emotional maturity. Now, Lenie and Ken both came across as laid back and communicative, which is great. But I think what I kept picking up on was that they both seem to share this ability, if you will, to be reasonable with each other. And I also noticed that they pushed back when we joked that they were experts. And that's a part of this concept too, knowing that you aren't perfect or have everything all figured out. That kind of humility is key to what we're talking about today. And they also seem to be accountable to each other and accommodating with each other because they really do understand each person's strengths and areas for support. And that's essentially what emotional maturity is. It's generally about being able to understand and manage your emotions effectively. That's kind of the standard definition. But it's also about these other factors like taking responsibility, being flexible, being able to problem solve during challenges, being compassionate, etc. To achieve emotional maturity in a relationship, you first have to know yourself and your triggers well. It requires you to be honest about how you feel and take ownership of those feelings. But there's a critical step too in the process that you can't skip and you can't ignore. You also have to then make the healthier choice. And that's basically what the term adulting means, right? We've all seen the memes about what a drag adulting is, mostly because if you're doing it right, it usually means that you went with a more responsible or practical option. Well, emotional maturity in a relationship means that you're mostly able to proceed with a reasonable response in the same way. And I say mostly because emotional maturity isn't something you reach and then you're done. Great. It's an active process and no one's going to be perfect at it. So the takeaway message is really just to strive towards the things we just discussed. And when you get off track, which you will, you just apologize and correct course. And when both people are able to do that consistently, you get a long-lasting relationship like Ken and Lenie.
That's it for today. To share your thoughts or even be a guest on the show, email us at theunrelatingpodcast@gmail.com.